Hey, and welcome to the podcast. It's Fan the Flames. I'm Dan.
I'm Nate.
This is the podcast for January 24th. What's up, Nate?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Pretty good when a dog's not crawling all over me, but
yeah, we've got some distractions, but
we soldier on.
Yeah, it's like any game day. You got to put distractions out of sight and focus on the task at hand.
That's right.
Before we get started, I do have a complaint about you.
Nate wishes to list his complaint on air. Go ahead,
That's
Nate.
my grievance.
Give me your grievance.
And maybe we can let the listeners decide if this is onside or offside. So, after we finished the podcast last week, you packed up your stuff, put your jacket on, we said our farewells, and you left my apartment.
Headed out the door.
Then maybe about 2 minutes later, there was a ring on my doorbell. And it was you. And you said, I gotta go to the washroom and I don't want to wait or,
I have an hour commute to get home.
Yes. And so I opened up my home to you, allowed you to use my bathroom. Because I assumed it was a number one. But in fact, it was twice that. A number two.
Why would you assume that? I can do number one pretty much anywhere I want.
Because
it was a false assumption. If I'm running back into your house, I think it would be a better assumption to assume number two.
Normal courtesy is you do not drop number twos just willy-nilly in other people's apartments. If I knew you were coming back to drop logs in my bathroom, I would have not opened that door and let you in.
But Nate, you're a friend. Obviously, maybe not the friendliest of friends, but I was in need. I had a long commute, and I figured, well, this is...
All I know is Saturday morning I was cleaning and disinfecting that bathroom.
No. I told you, because of your, I don't know, freakish bacteria problems, I used one of those paper ass gaskets. I double flushed. No part of my anatomy touched any porcelain or plastic that you have in your bathroom. The only thing I left maybe was a funky smell, which could be aired out.
That is what you say allegedly. For me, it's the mental picture. Something went on in that bathroom. If I'm going to be comfortable, I need to know for a fact it's clean.
But I've crapped in your house before, Nate.
And I object every time. I know, because this time we're podcasting at your place. If a deuce arrives, I'm making sure I hold it all the way home, even if it's an hour commute, because that's what friends do.
Nate, I've stayed at your house for a couple of days. You think I held it in the whole time?
Well, no, days is different. It's an hour to podcast.
Yeah, so what, you expect me to hold it in?
I do.
Uncomfortable train ride?
That's what a friend would have done.
No, a friend will welcome to his bathroom.
Okay, well, let's let the listeners decide. You can tweet at us.
It's been a while since we had potty talk, but I guess we had to bring it back.
Well, this is our last podcast for a couple weeks, given the All-Star breaks coming up. So, to bring some potty talk in to...
Yeah, get a cool week and a half off after.
Yeah, bye week.
All-Star week?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
you going pants shopping?
No pants shopping. Probably for me, but I will not watch the All-Star game. Will you watch the skills competition?
Yeah, if the schedule allows. I've got nothing else to do. If I'm not pants shopping at the time, we'll see.
Yeah, but we should get to it,
yes,
maybe. The Flames.
Get to the recap with 3 games since the last podcast. We'll start off with the most recent with Carolina in town, and there was a lot of talks around this because we welcome back 2 former Flames.
Your boy?
By way of my boy Ferland, Mikael Ferland, and D. Hamilton.
Not F. Hamilton, D. Hamilton.
That's right. He's a defenseman. Dougie?
Douglas Hamilton.
He goes by Dougie.
He kind of looks like a Dougie, actually.
Yeah.
He definitely talks like a Dougie.
Yeah, right away he was asked about the conditions in which he left Calgary, and then everyone in the media was really scrutinizing his answers. Didn't really answer the question, did you want to leave Calgary? Did you want to be traded?
Yeah, that's what Ryan Leslie was saying at the intermission. So, I don't know. You got to think, it was strange because he did have a pretty good season statistically, and then we ship him out. And there is always these rumors that followed him kind of from Boston and now Calgary that maybe he's not the most social teammate.
Yeah, then I read something from Francis about some museum talks. The team was going to go out for dinner, and he's like, no, I'll go to a museum or something. Did you read that article?
No, I didn't, but I have no issue with museums. I don't mind a good museum, but maybe it's more the context of the situation. Like, it was a team dinner.
Yeah, that's what it was. A team dinner, and he chose not to attend. And then when the Flames ended this season, there was also some team gathering which he didn't attend.
Yeah, they said he skipped the exit interviews, which is a bit of a no-no.
Yeah.
But he did play good in the game.
All right.
And he did open the scoring for Carolina.
Yeah, he played a solid game. He is a solid player.
Yeah, when he wants to play, he's like an all-star defenseman.
Yeah.
He's definitely like a top pairing on any team in the league when he decides to play.
Yeah. But he still has that BFG quality.
BFG?
Big friendly giant.
Yeah. Like, he has all the mannerisms of a guy who gets stuffed in a locker when he's in high school, but he has the body of an athlete.
Yeah. See, this is my theory. Is he is a softie, maybe of lower maturity level than his age, and that's where the friction with the team arises. That and seeing his brother get shipped away or not given a chance. But his brother's not nearly the same hockey player that he is.
No, his brother's not an NHLer.
No.
That was more of a favor the Flames did for him.
Yeah. And my guess is maybe he took it personally against the organization. Or anyways, all speculation.
Yeah.
Back to the game.
Yeah, so first goal, Hamilton. He got Carolina up 1-0. Or was it? No, it was 1-0 Flames first.
Yeah. Backlund opened the scoring 10 seconds in.
It was
Shillington, sorry.
Yeah,
15 seconds in.
Nice backhand.
Yeah. Walking out from the corner. Taking it. I think it was Shillington's third goal. He had scored recently against Detroit as well, so he's showing some really good signs.
Yeah, and he's starting to get some confidence offensively.
Yeah.
So he has the speed that he can jump up, go for an offensive chance, and get back in position without causing much trouble for the team. So it's good to see him use that speed.
Yeah, good player. I'm behind Shillington. So tied 1-1. Then Flames go ahead.
Yeah, Jankowski. He got that nice rebound, put it top corner.
Yeah.
And he's been kind of heating up a bit too.
Yeah.
Scoring, that was a 4-on-4 goal, so it's still not 5-on-5.
I thought it was PP, but it wasn't. It was 4-on-4.
No, but anytime the Flames have 4 men on the ice, he's dangerous.
Yeah. The flow of the game, though, Flames started off with a bang with Shillington's goal, but then Carolina felt like they were pouring it on. And what I saw a lot of from Carolina is what the Flames were last year. Just pouring on shots, but not too dangerous, nothing of real high percentage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you look at the best scoring chances, it was the Flames.
Yeah.
Some pass across one-timers where they hit the post or Mrazek made a good save.
Yeah.
Where Rittich was very solid. He had a really good game, but there was not a lot of rebounds, not a lot of pass across one-timers. He was able to get square to the shots, and as long as he stopped the first shot, he was okay.
Yeah, he had one squeaker that almost beat him in the arm, but he closed it.
Yeah.
No, a good performance by Riddick. Take it to third, and third is where Calgary shines.
Yeah, except I guess this time we played better in the third than the first and second, but we actually gave up a goal late again.
Yeah.
How concerned are you about the trend that it seems in the last minute we give up a goal quite often?
Quite often?
In the last 10 games, we've done it probably 4 times.
It hasn't been that noticeable to me. If they're giving up a goal, they're still winning by the one. They've been pulling off a lot of one-goal wins. The biggest one was to Buffalo, and that took Buffalo to win in OT.
Buffalo scored late.
Yeah.
Because I know what happened in Buffalo, but also I can't remember the teams, but a few games before that we were up 4-2, and I think it was Chicago was one. They scored late to make it 4-3.
Yeah.
And another game before that.
But it stayed 4-3.
It stayed 4-3, but when it comes to the playoffs and you're up by 1 goal, you want to know that you can shut it down for a fact.
True. And they did bring that up too, that you're right, it's a bad trend. Probably something you want to bite in the ass before it gets out of control.
Yeah, and as a fan, something to keep your eye on, because when you look at goalies, there are some goalies that in that last 2 minutes, they seem to elevate their game and they never give up a goal late. And I'm thinking guys like Lundqvist or Quick or Martin Brodeur was a master. He'd make that one key save in the last minute, where Riddick hasn't really shown that yet, that he's going to give you one spectacular save with 30 seconds left. So something to see if he can evolve into that.
Yeah, if the trend continues or if he put an end to it.
Yeah.
But Flames pull off the win in OT. Backlund, 10 seconds in.
Yeah. And, we got to give credit to Bill Peters, because normally you would start Goudreau, Monahan, Giordano. But in the game, they were not the best line.
Yeah, Goudreau held off the score sheet in many games, 22 games?
He had 11-game point streak going.
Sorry, 11.
So that's the first time in 12 games. But given the fact that his line was not playing so well, it was a smart move to start your second line.
Yeah.
And it paid off 10 seconds in. Backlund goes down, buries one.
Yeah, and speaking of second lines, the second line power play has been starting.
Yeah, starting to heat up.
We had that conversation before that I was saying that the second line becomes the first, but this is not the case here. The second line power play is still good, but they're not the first line. But sometimes they'll start.
Yeah, and that's like Bill Peters. I was pretty skeptical about him before the season started, but this is where I have to give him credit. He makes adjustments really quickly, and almost every time it's accurate.
Yeah.
And the first power play hasn't been as dangerous, and you've seen the second power play unit start to score, and they haven't overtaken the first by any means, but they're getting more time. They're starting power plays a little more often, and it's smart. Yeah. Because when the second power play heats up, you give them a little more time, then eventually the first power play will pick up again, and then you give them more time. So, good job, Bill.
Yeah. Again, the 3M line split up, and I'm learning to deal with it. I think it was the right move in this case. It's showing signs that are the end result of bringing Neil up to play with Frolik and Backlund is kind of getting Neil back into the game.
Yeah, and we always judge Neil by if he scored or not. Like, that's kind of like the criteria for him.
Not me, man. I'm focused on Neil. I'm watching him play and like where he goes, what he does with the puck. And before I was just seeing like not a lot of hustle, not a lot of skill when the puck is on a stick, or missing a pass or making a poor pass. But he's slowly fixing those all up. And I'm noticing when he's playing good, to compensate for his lack of speed, he goes to smart places when he doesn't have the puck. When he's playing good, he's got a good hockey IQ.
Yeah. And it's good. Like, it's interesting you say that, because for me,